Soon. Go Mendy. Go Mendy. Mendy! Mate, I've nearly just gone mad. Ferland Lodi or Ferland Mendy. Today we are going to be giving you the answer on which one we prefer with a player review in both. Starting things off, we're going to go with the main man, the one which you probably clicked on this video for, which is Ferland Lodi. He had his road to the knockout card released a few days ago. He is 85 rated, 88 pace, 71 shooting, 81 passing, 85 dribbling, 82 defending, and 80 physical. So we're going to go ahead and jump straight into some gameplay for you while we talk exactly about this card. We played him in the left back position, and a chemistry style that we had on him was a shadow to give him that pace boost and obviously increase on that defending. I did play both of these cards on balance, so I could see what they were like going forward as well as what they were like defensively. Ferland Lodi doesn't actually come with any player traits, which is one thing obviously to take into account, and price wise he's a little bit more expensive than Ferland Mendy at the minute because he's extinct at 100,000 coins. He will get a price range update. He might have already had it by the time you see this video. I would imagine he'll come in about 150,000 is where he'll settle in my opinion, which obviously is quite expensive for a fullback. Let's go ahead and talk about the pros and cons of Ferland Lodi and what I enjoyed about him. His passing, the RBA, the driven passes, the R1Xs specifically were very, very good. I enjoyed getting a ball out on the wing and just drilling it into the striker with him. He was so good at that. Something that I definitely found a massive pro. His shooting didn't really get into too many shooting positions for me because obviously he's a fullback. That's not something that he's going to do too much, but he certainly had some okay shooting, especially from long range. You saw an effort at the start of the video where he nearly put the ball in the back of the net from range. Going forward though is his strength. He has high attacking work rates and medium defensive work rates, and him going forward certainly helps a lot more. He's very nimble, he's very agile, he's good on the ball, and you can definitely feel that with Ferland Lodi. With high agility, with high balance, he's 5'8", if I remember correctly. Yeah, 5'8". He certainly offers a lot going forward. In terms of his positioning going forward and defensively, absolutely fine, to be honest. I didn't notice him, you know, getting caught out of position at any point. I found him to just be there where he needed to be. I think in terms of the defending, the one thing that I felt he was a little bit struggling with, and when we look at his strength, he's 75. On the odd occasion, he just didn't quite win that battle, you know, defensively, because he's 5'8". His body type as well, just as I check, is lean. Yeah, which is lean, which makes sense. Which just means that sometimes he's going to get shrugged off the ball a little bit, which is one thing to take into account. So kind of thinking about him and kind of how he performed for us, he was very, very solid. His team links, he does obviously have the ability to link to players in La Liga, Brazilian, which means that you can take him over to that Neymar link in League One as well. I do think he's a card which we're going to see a lot throughout FIFA 22, especially with the upgrades. We're going to go into more in detail after we've gone through Ferland Mendy and his kind of gameplay review. 4-star skill moves, 5-star weak foot, high work rate, 92 pace, 64 shooting, 76 passing, 79 dribbling, 78 defending, and 84 physical on Ferland Mendy. Now, Ferland Mendy at the moment is 92,000 on PlayStation and 70,000 on Xbox. So a little bit more traits. Again, not really anything there to take into account. Doesn't have as good agility and doesn't have as good balance. 78 defending on that card as well, which is one thing to take into account, but does offer those 5-star skill moves, 4-star skill moves, 5-star weak foot, which obviously is something that a lot of people do like with Ferland Mendy. First of all, we played him in the left back position. We also played him on a shadow as well, just to keep it consistent to the comparison of Lodi. And again, unbalanced on the player instructions. Think about the price. So let's say Ferland Lodi is going to be 150k. He's about half the price of Ferland Mendy, give or take, depending on what console you're on. But he's certainly going to cost more to get Ferland Lodi in over Ferland Mendy. What is the pros and cons to Mendy? His passing is okay. It's good enough. You know, he does a job there with the 76 passing. Not as good as Ferland Lodi, though, I will say. The biggest con that I found to Ferland Mendy in comparison to Ferland Lodi, Mendy felt so clunky. So clunky. I'd use Ferland Lodi first, then I used Mendy. And man, it was like going from a real... I don't know, a Ferrari sports car to then an Arctic lorry. Like, literally, he just took forever to turn. However, saying that, the pros that Mendy then gives you, defensively, he is much, much better. He is so much better defensively than Renan Lodi for sure. I think that's something that you really do want to take into account. As I said, his dribbling wasn't great. The skill moves and weak foot is just an added bonus, but obviously he does have the high work rates, which, you know, having him go up and down and getting in the right sort of position can be a little bit of a bonus for you, obviously, if that's kind of your play style. So Mendy, I enjoyed. I think defensively he's the one to go for, but if you're someone that likes to use the fullbacks and bring them forward, that's where Renan Lodi kind of shine for me, definitely. And Lodi has the potential to upgrade. Might not, because Athletic Madrid are struggling a little bit in a minute, but does have the potential to upgrade. What we're going to do now is go back to Renan Lodi and talk about his extras. So his team links, obviously, yes, you know, he can link over to Llorente, he can link to Militao, and he can link to Neymar. That's kind of your main sort of meta cards that you may link to, give or take. The longevity of Renan Lodi's card is through the roof. You could use him for the next 2-3 months and I think you'd be absolutely fine, just purely because he's quick, he's got the ability to go forward. Maybe the only thing that he hasn't got is that strength, which I think you may notice as, you know, we play against better cards with new promos. I really enjoyed using him. Enjoyment is something that I really do take a lot into account. Renan Lodi ticked that box for me. I enjoyed using him at left back. He just gave me an extra option that I haven't had before. He can be played at all levels. There's no, you know, oh, you can't use him in Division 7. You can't use him in the Elite League. He can be played at all levels. He's a quality left back in that sense. My overall rating for Renan Lodi, honestly, I would put him up there for probably the best left back I've used so far. I've used Theo Hernandez. I've used Ferland Mendy. I've used Jordi Alba. I've used Davies, and he's up there for me. I really enjoy using him. He'd be the left back, so I'd probably give him a solid 9 out of 10. The only thing I can't give him a bonus on at the minute is just that lack of strength, really. I think that's probably the biggest hindrance. The reason why I liked him so much is because I like to use a player that gets forward quite a lot. Okay, now let's go and do the same thing with Ferland Mendy. His team links, he's much easier to link. You can obviously link him with Varane in the Premier League. You can carry on linking him with Militao, Alaba, same obviously in La Liga. You can take him even into Kimpembe if you wanted to in League One. He's got the options there to link and kind of take you to any point that you want, which is a real big bonus with Ferland Mendy. He's also a lot cheaper than Renan Lodi at the minute. Longevity of Mendy's card, same as last year. You can use him for a while. It's same as Lodi, really. I don't see any reason why you can't use him for the next few months. He's strong, he's quick, he's good defensively, just not as good going forward. Enjoyment of card, I didn't enjoy using Mendy anywhere near as much as Lodi, just probably because he's not as good going forward. Once I'd used Lodi and then I went to Mendy, it just felt like a downgrade, if I'm perfectly honest with you. Suitable level, he can be used again at all levels. There is no specific area where he can't use. I always put this one in there because there are some cards out there that are good in Division 4, Division 3, Division 2. As soon as you start to get to the high end tier of FIFA, they can, you know, drown out. Mendy is fine on that front. Overall rating, I just give him like an 8.5, 8 out of 10 maybe, purely for the fact of that he's good, he's well rounded, he does the job. It's just kind of one of them. He's in the left back position, however, so I don't think it's as big of a deal that he can't go forward too much. He can pass, he can, you know, he can do that sort of stuff. He's got the skills as well. Just didn't really live up to what Lodi did for me in the attack. So if I was to pick which one would I go for if I had unlimited amount of coins, I'd go for Renan Lodi 100%. If you're trying to think about team links and all that sort of stuff, Mendy may be easier for you to keep in your team and kind of go elsewhere. So do take that into account when you are picking them. But my number one for the winner today on the face-off is definitely going to be Renan Lodi. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you all very much for watching. It is greatly appreciated. I'll catch you in the next video. If you want to as well, you can watch some more of our player reviews, which is just up here for you. Click on that and you can subscribe to the channel with the little logo of my face there, should you wish to see more content from myself. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.